Alrighty. Hello everyone. Good morning. At least it's morning on my side of the globe here. But welcome to the InvArch weekly community call. In fact, the last weekly community call at the InvArch network for the 2022 calendar year. If you aren't too familiar with who I am, my name is AJ. I'm the social media manager and the community manager here at the InvArch network. Before we jump right in, right now, if you are looking to be part of today's weekly community call, please do tap that microphone icon to request to speak, and I'll approve your request. These weekly community calls here at the InvArch Network are not just about telling the community what's been going on with the project, but we also are very interested in letting uh, people like you um, be part of this conversation. To also be able to have the opportunity to ask questions and to share your thoughts with the rest of the community. So again, if you want to be an active voice today in the weekly community call, then request to speak and I will approve. So to give all of you an idea on how today's community call will look like, I'll be going over some highlights from the last community call. I'll then be giving you the latest events that have taken place this week here at InvArch, and then open up the floor to some commentary and thoughts that myself and or other community members may have if they are willing. And then we'll go into some updates or events that the community can look forward to. So looking back on last week here at the InvArch Network was nothing short of eventful. We had the breaking news on InvArch's very own Chief Technology Officer Gabe winning the 2022 Golden Birdie Award for his exemplary service to the Kusama ecosystem. On the following day, Gabe had published a Twitter thread on palette rules. Now, if you don't know what palette rules are, so it's a simple, pre-compiled, and strongly typed rule engine for extrinsic calls. In simpler terms, it allows users to use predefined logic to create checks for extrinsic calls. With palette rules, we can create that rule and submit to the chain. We can then check that call against the rule, and we will have a result stating if the call passes the rule or not. As well, the InvArch network also announced its partnership with ApeX Chimps in their project X Chimps, with a raffle going on for participants to win a Nana's NFT. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that raffle is still ongoing. We also had the InvArch founders get together in what they called an alpha chat. Nearly 100 people tuned into the call, and they had a lot to talk about regarding the community rediscovering, one, what InvArch is, and two, the future of InvArch, as well as Dakota and Gabe, so the founders, their mission to deliver multi-party ownership, collaboration, and monetization solutions to Polkadot. In this alpha chat, the founders went over reintroducing InvArch, a layer one blockchain network that features a suite of multi-party ownership, collaboration, and monetization protocols designed to service dApps, DAOs, and chains on Polkadot. The Saturn multisig, and at the time, what was an ongoing proposal to the Kusama Treasury for funding for a multi-signature solution for Kusama, answering one crowd loan, and updating utils on the UTIL.DAO mint and more, and so on and so forth. So before we go into this week, I think it's important to emphasize a specific topic because this is something that the InvArch network and its broader community will be having a larger focus on in the coming next few weeks. And that is the OSIF protocol and OSIF staking. So what is the OSIF protocol? The OSIF protocol, or the On-Chain Innovation Funding Protocol, is one of the InvArch network's main protocols that focuses on powering the security of Web3 while empowering all of its participants through realizing a new world of startup fundraising. Initially introduced to the InvArch community through the InvArch Edu series, the OSIF protocol fuses three different fundraising methods and implements them on-chain trustlessly and transparently. Those three methods, which I will say contain now like outdated naming conventions of which we've updated, but are IP staking, but is now INV staking. So for community support-based fundraising, IP farming. So for establishing price discovery, token liquidity, and user bases, and IP donations for community-supported and charity funding grant initiatives. So what can you do with the OSIF protocol? I am aware that there are a few people here that may already know the answer to this. But to help out any newcomers or recently acquainted community members of InvArch, plain and simple, right now it's OSIF staking. So OSIF staking is the staking feature in the OSIF protocol, but it's not quite what you may think it is. See, it's not your usual form of staking. Inspired by the concept of dApp staking by the Astar network, the OSIF protocol is built and designed to take advantage of the network's staking system as a means of providing economic opportunity to creators on the network. So creators from inventors, innovators to developers, even musicians, and more will be able to register NFT-based repositories and DAOs called INV cores to the network, of which can be staked to by network token holders. And OSIF stakers, in return, those people that stake to these INV cores, receive rewards that are determined by the staking participation rate of the network. So now that hopefully you are all more familiar with the OSIF protocol and specifically OSIF staking, we can move through the topics for today. So what happened this week? On Monday, we released a public Twitter poll on the InvArch network Twitter account asking immediate InvArch and broader Polkadot community on what in particular about the OSIF staking public testing event were they most excited for. The three options in the poll are staking towards INV cores, registering an INV core, and daily compounding Tinker. The poll is still active with 1 day left on its timeline, and so far, 52% of voters or so voted for daily compounding Tinker, 38% of voters voted for staking towards INV cores, and 9% of voters voted for registering an INV core. And you can still submit your vote if you'd like to participate in that Twitter poll. On Tuesday, something that I'm personally excited about because of a specific reason. But first, let me highlight this. So the InvArch team was super freaking excited to share that our Kusama Treasury proposal for funding for a multi-signature solution was confirmed. So our proposal saw 99.8% of individuals voting in favor, over 33,000 Kusama of support, or KSM, sorry, and a previous discussion post with over 100 likes, seeing incredible community support before we had actually submitted the proposal officially. So the specific reason for my excitement was that, in fact, the way that I had found out about this was actually thanks to a InvArch community member during this week's weekly InvArch community hangout. So if you don't know what the InvArch community hangout is, well, it's quite literally a hangout that I hold in the InvArch Discord server, and it happens every Tuesday at 15 p.m. UTC. The difference between the hangout and the InvArch weekly community call, which all of us are in right now, is that hangouts are much, much more laid back. They're extremely casual, and they don't hold the pressure of being recorded and for people to be conscious of that. So I place a lot of emphasis on getting to know our InvArch community members, and that is through the Hangout. So what had happened was, if I remember correctly, myself and several InvArch community members were already into the vibes and the swing of things in terms of the Hangout. And someone commented on they commented and attached a screenshot in the chat showing that the proposal was confirmed. And I still think to this day that that has been one of my favorite moments with the InvArch community, because I was able to share that moment of celebration with them first and foremost. So on Wednesday, we had hit the 5-day mark leading up to the OSIF staking public testing event. If you are not too familiar with this event coming up, so the public testing event for OSIP staking is simply a time where anyone in the immediate InvArch community and therefore in the broader Polkadot community can participate in OSIP staking and earn Tinker rewards. That being said, yes, this is an incentivized public testing event. So simply, you just got to participate and you'll be able to earn Tinker rewards. So going into the details of the public testing event, it starts on January 2nd, 2023 at 12 a.m. UTC, and this will last for about 30 days or so. We will also be providing a guide so that participants will be able to successfully participate in the event. And part of this guide as well and of this event, but a test token faucet will be opened up to participants in the InvArch Discord server at the start of the event because you will need our brainstorm testnet tokens to participate. Again, no cost for that as well. So in terms of how to greatly prepare yourself, we do recommend that you have the Talisman wallet browser extension installed. Be sure that you are a verified member of the InvArch Discord server and that you follow the InvArch Tinkernet on Twitter to stay up to date. So that's what's been going on so far throughout the week. If anyone does want to come up and speak, share their thoughts, have a little back and forth, please feel free to do so. All you have to do is tap on the request to speak mic on the bottom of your Twitter app right there. I believe it would be the same for Android, unless I'm mistaken. But I will gladly let you come on stage. And so switching gears a bit. So recently, the InvArch community in the InvArch Discord server saw a new channel, specifically what's called a community forum, added to the server. So here, InvArch community members are able to ask questions on certain relevant topics that are brought up. The most recent and most relevant topic was on the OSIP staking public testing event. And so let's go over some questions in here because as maybe some of you in the audience may have the same questions maybe in your heads. So the first question by Jeff Weezy is, do we need to have Talisman to be able to participate? And he is specifically referring to the Talisman wallet. So the answer was Talisman or Polkadot.js works great. And we'll also add support for other wallets in the future. But for now, with testing, we just have support for these two. The second question is, what is the level of knowledge a test participant must have? And the answer was, minimal knowledge is needed for testing. This won't be the full OSIP experience. So that is important to note. The OSIP staking public testing event won't comprise of, and it won't offer the full experience that you'll get when OSIP goes fully live. So therefore, it should be pretty easy and pretty straightforward. We'll provide a simple UI for testing, and we'll also roll out a video and written test guide or testing guide right before the launch of the event. The third question was, I don't quite understand about the inflation and where it comes from. Is this based upon a percentage of the transaction fees? Stage 3 and 4 are quite unclear to me still. So the answer to that was the Tinkernet parachain is essentially programmed with a 10% inflation rate on the Tinker token. So every block, a few Tinker tokens are minted. Over a year's time, these tokens will reflect a 10% inflation. The following question is, what will be the requirements for projects to participate as a INV core? So we won't be testing, and sorry, the answer to this was we won't be testing the process of registering an INV core during this period, although we may roll it out during the testing period. So this is a tentative thing, but when the time comes, individuals will need an INV core, a small portion of Tinker. So we'll be working on the ability for others to sponsor the costs of registering INV cores in the future. Individuals should also be prepared to have brief summaries to include in their core, as well as, which is optional, but extended project summaries to attach to their INV core which can be viewed off chain. So I assume if you have a website for your creation, or in this case, your IMV core, or even a Google Doc that you make public, a PDF doc that you make public, that can also be eligible as well. And so the next question is, what will be, why do we need Talisman? Can't we do it with JS? Already answered. Yes, you can use Polkadot.js. And then the last question was, will IMV core creators be able to stake towards projects? And let me see here. Yes, which is the answer. Yes. So that's pretty much all of the questions that were asked in the community discussion post on questions for OSIP staking. Now, again, if you do have any further questions, whether it's specifically if it's about OSIP staking leading up to the event or during the event, you can simply just hop on into the InvArch Discord server, and I will keep that post up there in the community discussion forum, so that you can still ask questions under that post. Now, if you have any other questions in general, we do have a general questions channel in the InvArch Discord server, of which at any point in time, if you have a question, go ahead and submit that into the questions channel there. So on the UDO front, the InvArch team announced on Christmas Eve that the UDO claiming process for those who had been patiently holding on to their bronze UDO tickets starts on Christmas Day, or it had started. So bronze UDO ticket holders simply had to send their tickets to the UDO DAO account and give about 48 hours to receive their UDO. The bronze tickets were then burned by the InvArch team. And to add, the team has been manually handling the distributions of UDOs to over 300 individual holders. Since then, seeing that it is the 30th of December, we've been seeing many UDOs throughout crypto Twitter, and more specifically throughout the Polkadot community. Not only are UDO DAO bronze ticket holders had they been able to receive their UDOs, but some also had rainbow tickets that were redeemed for UDO DAO items or accessories. And man, I kind of wish I got a bronze ticket myself, along with some accessories, because there are some pretty cool ones that I've seen. And as of yesterday, so December 29th, over 500 UDO NFTs had been claimed by members of the UDO DAO community, and there are 300 more UDOs to take care of. So with that, it was announced as well that starting on January 1st, 2023, members of the UDO DAO Discord will need to have a UDO NFT to gain the member role. So in addition, in introducing autonomy to members of UDO DAO, this is in the works. Essentially, a temporary model during the meantime will be introduced as the community waits for the delivery on the InvArch network Daoist CDK, or Daoist Community Development Kit, which is essentially a DAO launcher. This temporary model will include token and reputation incentives via opportunities accessible in the UDO DAO Discord server. And the final Tinker airdrop is a few days away for UDO NFT holders, also on the first day of 2023. So all holders of a UDO NFT will receive their airdrop rewards. And this is worth a combined approximation of around $10,000, I assume USD. So what can the InvArch community look forward to in the very short term? So we do have a very important article that is coming out before the public testing event. And you can all expect some more information regarding the OSIP staking UI as well before the event, which will be great because I personally, I do use Polkadot.js, but of course, having a very seamless, simple, and elegant UI makes life so much easier. So, and Pedro, our lead front-end Web3 developer, is super talented and super skilled, and he's been working diligently on this. And he'll be having something ready for all of us very soon. So with that being said, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to report on and talk about in today's InvArch weekly community call. Also in light of the current time of the year or the season. And I know that many are still in vacation mode or they're on vacation. and they're away with family and friends. So I won't keep this too long. But again, if you do have anything to say, if you want to talk about something that I've went over, if you have any questions, please do come onto stage right now. You can request to speak, and let's have a conversation. It's probably a bit too early for some people, but that's okay. But yes, so again, just to recap, so we do have the OSIP staking public testing event coming up very, very soon. Again, that starts on January 2nd, 2023 at 12 a.m. UTC. And again, it will last for about a month or so and ending on February 1st or even before that, depending on how things go. But again, for those that have been wanting to get their hands or to fill their bags with Tinker, this would be the time for that. And again, like it's an incentivized public testing event, so there's no cost for you to participate, and you would actually get rewarded with Tinker. But also, I think a very significant aspect of this too is that for those that do participate in the public testing event for OSIP staking, you'll be among the first to test out the OSIP staking feature of the OSIP protocol. So that'll be very, very cool. At least I think it would be cool to say that. So, but with all that being said, everyone, thank you all for joining me in today's weekly community call. And thank you in advance for everyone else who will be tuning into the full video recording that I will be posting to the InvArch YouTube channel within 24 to 48 hours. With the new year coming very soon, I wish all of you an awesome, safe, fun, and peaceful New Year's Eve. And I do hope that all of you get to spend it with your loved ones. Thank you all for tuning in once again, and we'll see you in the first InvArch weekly community call of 2023. See you later.